What was your first job?
Oh, that was Subway, Eat Fresh. I made sandwiches in Henry County, Georgia, and I was 16. So I actually I think I was 14 when I started working at Subway. Like I wanted a job immediately, and I moved into retail after that, and then went back to food and beverage once I got into college.
Is there an inexpensive wine currently you can recommend to us?
Absolutely. I think my favorite rosé that is under $15 right now is, or at $15 is there's a rosé called Alicio, but it's Mediterranean fruit, so it's Provence adjacent. There's also another wine from the south of France from Le Valet, which we sell a lot of, and it's tremendously good for the price. I think it's like $11. It's crazy. But I'm a white wine drinker, so I think as far as white wine in general, Muscadet, the area in Loire Valley, has fantastic wines for the price, and usually you're looking at under 20.
Your take on red wine with meat or game and white wine with fish or seafood?
I think that it's still appropriate, but you should also think about the mood that you are in when you're having your meal. I always say, like, if you want to have that classic experience of food and wine, then a steak and a cab is going to do that for you. A nice buttery fish and a chablis is going to do that. Oysters and muscadet, it's going to happen. But it's all about your mood, with most red meats, you want tannins to cut the fat, but you can also find tannins in champagne. You can find tannins in orange wine, which is essentially white wine that's been made like a red. So they sit with the skins for multiple days. That's what you need to cut the fat. And then everything else just kind of fills in the blanks. So I look for the most important things first. So if I've got a rich or a heavier white fish, I know I want something that has, a little bit of body, but not a whole lot of tannin. I could do a light bodied red if I wanted to. I could go for Gamay or maybe some fun co-ferment, from Italy or Spain. But it really just depends, it's your mood. It's your mood. Look for the most important element first, and then that's what you find your wine. And you can find that element in red or white.
How would you describe the taste or smell of a corked wine?
Corked wine smells like a wet dog. It smells like moldy cardboard. Like a wet dog is probably the best example. Like a short-haired dog that you can't really dry, but you got to let them air dry a little bit.
Do you favor a particular grape varietal or wine region?
Yes and yes. Loire Valley would be it. And Chenin Blanc would be the ultimate grape varietal for me, because you can make any kind of wine with Chenin Blanc. You can make sparkling wine, you can make white, you can make an orange wine if you wanted to. Like it's an all-purpose wine for me. High in acid, has texture, can be light, can be bubbly. That's it.
Janeen, what does playing with yourself mean to you?
Quit playing with yourself. Well, if I hear quit playing with yourself, that means like, it sounds like, I mean, amongst things, it sounds like there's a bit of a doubt that's happening. So if I hear like, quit playing with yourself, like that is you're doubting yourself, don't put yourself into a box. Like if you feel like you can do something, just try it, do it. But don't throw it out, playing with yourself.
Fill in the blank. Wine tasting is?
Wine tasting is deductive in the sense of blind tasting, but also in a sense of casual drinking. You're learning what you like and what you don't like. Or in the case of blind tasting, you're taking away or adding, you're using the elements from the wine to make an assessment of what's in your glass.
Are you a breast or a legs woman?
I'm a thigh girl. We're being exact, Paul. But if I had to choose between the two, I'm a breast girl. I like dark meat first, though.
Is there a food related product that you eat that is embarrassing?
It's usually a breakfast item. So occasionally, I mean, I still love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What do you enjoy doing when you're not working?
Right now, it is working in the backyard. So I wouldn't even call it gardening at this point. It's light landscaping, or almost like I guess, yeah, with a little bit of gardening. But I also enjoy watching basketball. I'm not really I used to play sports, so, but I don't really watch them as much. I still watch basketball. Um, I like being outside, period. Like it could be, to have a picnic. It could just be to hang out. But that's probably why I love being in the backyard so much now.
Who was your inspiration?
My mom was a big inspiration. She passed away in 2009, but she was a selfless woman.
Is there anything of importance that you would like to share with us?
I would say Black Lives Matter. It's easier to be nice than to be mean, of course. It takes so much more energy to be mean. Even when you think you're having a rough day, someone's having a rougher day. Organics and sustainability is very important with your wine, with anything. And it should be a conversation that you keep in mind. If you're a wine consumer, it should be important to you.
What is tasting?
Tasting is making an assessment. Do I like this? Don't I like this? Why and why not?
Janeen, this is an odd question. Do you consider yourself a lunatic?
That would mean that there is some sort of repetition of a practice or some sort of practice or routine that I do all the time. I guess yes. I guess yes. More of a sense of there's a little bit of a control issue. So I have to like be in control of everything that's around me. So yes. Yes. But I don't show it too often.